Well, I'm jumping the gun a little bit on this compatibility video, and that I'd intend to do it at the end of the test of this expert, but a couple of things have happened that I wanted to point out at this stage of the test, and then we'll do another review at the end of it. What we're waiting for before this single pair test of this expert is finished is for it to go into the reverse hedge mode and place at least 2 or 3 orders in that mode to see what it does. Right now, I just wanted to point out that that there are all the experts are actually, or platforms are actually functioning the way they're supposed to, with 5 exceptions of the 17. 12 of them are performing identically, and these 5 are doing something different. We're going to look at that and try to figure out why that's happening. Here's FX open, which is typical of what most of the platforms are doing. We'll take a look at the balance here and the equity, and we'll compare it to the next platform. You'll see it's within $1. The next platform, it's within about 50 cents. Here's Light Forex. Once again, it's almost the same as Forex Open. MIG was an exception. We'll look at that later. Here's Opari NZ. Same balance, same equity. Same balance, same equity. Same balance, same equity. Same balance, same equity. We're going to see that in all these 12 experts, except for the exceptions. Now let's look at these exceptions. MIG, the exception was to the high side, so we really can't complain about it, other than it did something that was a bit unusual. Actually, what it did is best exemplified in the Tidewell or TDFX platform, and we'll take a little closer look at that. On the negative side, the only expert or platform that is not performing quite up to par is FX Pro, and the only difference there is that it started about 7 hours late, so it lost out on 1 trade. All the other trades it has done are exactly the same as the other trades in the other 12 platforms. Alright, now let's go back to TDFX. And what happened here is that it placed 2 extra trades, and those 2 trades are right here. And those 2 trades were placed in a rather interesting manner. There's actually 4 criteria to the indicator trigger. We're showing right here 2 of those, 2 of the base indicators, a 12 moving average against a 3 moving average. Both of these detect trends by a bar shift. So what we have here is a 3 at a 0 bar shift and a 3 at a 1 bar shift. Now, normally looking at this, we're going to do a video on indicator stability, which is the real reason why all these platforms are placing orders in exactly the same place. The indicators are stable, and what makes a stable indicator, we're going to go into that a little in a different video. But looking at this now from manual trader's point of view, where the trade would be placed is when the 3 is going down and the 12 is going up. Now, quite obviously, we can see a down move here. We can see an up move here. Another up move here is probably the biggest. visual sign of the change, up move against a down move. Now, where this order got placed, we're going to have to zoom in to see it actually. You can see that little hole right there. We're going to have to take this chart offline to actually do it at this point. Now we can move in and zoom. Right there. You see a little downtrend indication on that indicator that visually you can't see, but the computer picked it up. And that little gap there is maybe a partial pip. What that's telling us is that the TDFX and these other two platforms that are picking up that degree of tolerance between those moving averages has a very low pip tolerance to detection allowed. This is not typical because, once again, just like the STA we were mentioning, where this type of detection is used in close scalping strategies, it's not usually allowed in the norm by most platforms. But it picked it up here and placed this order by the conditions in the spelled out in the program. So this is a valid order on those conditions. Now, what happened here is unusual. I've seen this happen in the test modes. I don't know if it happens in the live modes, but there's something a little fishy about it. Now, if we come up here, we can see this order. This order was placed at 91.44. Now maybe we're going to get a read on this bar. The high was 91.42, so this order is actually placed outside of the price range. Now there is something a little bit unique about bar formations, and one of those is that they're not created actually by bid-ask, but they're created out of something called closed zero, which is a average of the bid and ask. So it might be possible that this was actually an ask range, the ultimate high 2 pips over the closed zero average, and might have actually triggered in real life. I don't know. I've never seen it actually happen in real life, but it is theoretically possible. Now, we have to also keep in mind that the forward test mode is a simulation of a live test, and they're going to throw a couple of loops at you. A couple of times it's not going to trigger orders quite the same because they're going to have this non-order fill simulation in there. So not all the platforms should come out in the end exactly the same, but very close, with the exception of this type of thing. Now, is this a plus or a minus? For this particular program, we love this. This is really cool because this program is designed to compensate for orders like this that are placed kind of out of range or not quite per the parameters, because it's gonna, if that thing bottoms and goes down on us, we've got a reverse hedge to cover ourselves. In straight indicator based strategies, this can be a very bad thing. You can end up in the totally wrong position and end up in a loss mode. So this is all I really wanted to point out at this time on this portion of the test. Why there's exceptions, and that those exceptions are, for the most part, with this strategy, an expert, a good thing, and a plus for those particular platforms.